DTI fam, what is going on? Hopefully sound isn't too crazy. They are doing construction across the street here, but just wrapped up a 7-mile run, and I've been like marinating on this thought for the last few days, and basically like this topic that we're going to get into today. And essentially at its core, what I keep thinking of is by me, for me. And essentially what that means is like by myself, for myself. And this has kind of been like my guiding principle for why I'm doing things or what I'm doing lately, and I'm doing them for me. The whole like gist of this is that I believe too often people are not only influenced by what other people are doing or like what they're asked to do, but they're waiting for that. And so for me, I was like starting to look at this like, is this something I do, or am I what I'm kind of preaching about today, which is by me, for me? And while yes, like getting into running wasn't like this thing that I did, a lot of what I do is by me and for me. It's by myself, it's for myself. And I go back to the 12-hour race when it got canceled. I didn't really need to do it, but it was something that I committed to for me. And so I followed through, even though I'm not gonna say everyone that I was training with to do it didn't do it, but a vast majority of them did. I chose the Indianapolis Marathon, even though no one else was really doing that race with me. And it was really like the first big race that I did by myself and for myself. Chicago this year, same way. There is a group of guys who are now going to be there with me and competing, but it wasn't something that I was waiting for anyone else to get into. It wasn't like, oh, they didn't get in, I'm gonna turn down my lottery spot. It was never anything like that, because this is something that I'm choosing to do and I want to do, and it's all for me. And too often I just see people waiting to be asked to do something. They are hoping that somebody's going to motivate them, inspire them, invite them out to do something, and that's just not the way that life works. If you really want something, you're gonna do it for yourself. You're not gonna sit around and wait for someone else to push you to do it, because at that point, like, sure, is it easier to go with other people? Yeah, but I don't necessarily think the easier is always the point. I think that a lot of doing it by yourself and for yourself is that hard part. It is the pushing through. And so that's just been something that I've been thinking on a lot lately. And I don't want to say I'm surrounded by people who don't, because I'm surrounded by a lot of people who do a ton of things for themselves. Speaking of, shout out to Freddie. It's race week. This is definitely a by yourself, for yourself type of thing. I obviously trained for a marathon in the past, didn't do it, but you're about to do the damn thing. Super proud of all the work you've put in, and can't wait to see you cross that line this weekend. But what I am saying is that there are people who are just waiting for the invite for that long run, or waiting to say, hey, do you want to do this race with me? And never really putting forth effort on their own to get these things done. And I don't even want to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it is something that if you are someone who complains about these things, or you're waiting for somebody else, and it's not something that you can then bitch about, because is it really something that you want? Because I feel like if it was, you would have done it already. And so I don't know, kind of like just in my head about this. As always, like, this is a run thought. This is me fleshing things out and really like seeing what are my thoughts on this, what are my feelings, what is it kind of pushing me to do in different aspects. And I guess like a big factor of this is we talked about Freddie and I doing doubles Hyrox. And I'm not even gonna write this off completely. I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen, but like right now it's not necessarily something that I'm being pulled towards, and there is other things that I am being pulled towards. And I know that these are things that I'm probably not gonna have a lot of, I don't want to say support, because that doesn't feel like the right word, but I'm gonna say support. And not in terms of like people around me, but the people who are running with me, and I don't need it. And that's the thing that this all is coming back to, is that I don't need that support. I don't need that community of people to always be pushing for something. Yes, it helps. Yes, it's always awesome to feel that, but you can feel it even when you're going by yourself and for yourself. And so I do think that Hyrox is gonna be in the back burner. I have something else that I'm eyeing up for early next year, spring of 26, that I haven't really put out into the ether yet. I've talked to a select few about it. They know. Don't fucking ask them for it yet. It'll come very soon, I believe, that I will have this clarity. I will have this full-on direction towards it, and then I'll put it out there. But if that's you, man, just stop focusing on everybody else. Do something because you genuinely want to do it, not because someone else is asking you to, or that you feel obligated by you, for you, the same way it can be by me, for me. Much love, as always. I will see you next week, but tune in Friday for the podcast. Peace.